Suleiman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant, Breaker 7 Seals. Have to keep reminding you, brothers and sisters, fear. Fear is about to grip America in a few days. Fear. Fear beyond comprehension. Unprecedented fear. It's going to grip America. I know the European countries, but particularly America. Extraordinary fear. Incalculable fear is about to hit America. Right? It will be massive heart attacks, anticipation of disasters coming. Great fear. And unfortunately, you brothers and sisters, you're going to experience some of it. But many of you will be delivered out of it because you're unaware of what's about to happen. Will catch you by surprise as a snare. But great fear is about to grip this country and it will not let go. Once it arrives here, it's going to settle in permanently. Great fear until there's nothing left here but ashes. They eat her flesh and burn it down with fire. Great fear. Great fear, brothers and sisters. Okay, so that was a very special presentation, brothers and sisters. Very difficult. Many of you are not going to be able to keep up with me on this. Probably none of you. It's very advanced. It's very advanced. It's Daniel. But it's the key to what's about to happen now. It's identifying the king of the north and the king of the south. That's the key to what's about to happen. So I'm going to have to give a lot of background information leading up to it. And like I said, most of you are not going to be able to keep up, if any of you. Because this is Daniel, and Daniel is very difficult. And I'm going to show you some of the difficulties. Because Daniel's like, angel's one thing, Daniel's something else. Daniel's very subtle. Right? But see, brothers and sisters, say for instance, someone puts a treasure under a rock that weighs 1,000 pounds. Right. Now, you have to find a rock and you have to lift it. And you can't have, it's in a small place, so you can't bring any equipment and tools. You have to lift it yourself, lift it. Right? And so, if it weighs 1,000 pounds, right, you have, let's say this weighs 400 pounds, 500 pounds. And if that's what it takes, so you have to have the energy to do that. And so anything less than that, you don't be able to move it. So I'm trying to keep this simple, and I don't want to go off track because this is going to take a while to explain what I'm going to attempt to explain. Okay, thought is energy, right? And so you get so much energy. Every one of us get the same amount of energy every day. It's how we manage the energy, right? And it depends on, not just management, but, what our needs are. So if you're Lamborghini, you need a lot of energy to maintain yourself because you got a lot of things that requires energy. But if you're a Volkswagen Beetle, you don't need that much energy. So you have energy for other things. You understand? So everybody gets the same amount of energy. So it's energy management, how you measure energy. So in the case of a Lamborghini, say it takes $1,000 worth of energy to maintain a month, and you make $1,000, then all your money goes into maintaining that Lamborghini. But if you got a Volkswagen Beetle and it takes $200 a month, then you got $800 for other things. You understand? Both of them cars, both of them get you there, but one is more expensive, more valuable than the other. And that comes to us and the devils. They're very, right? They're not as complex, but they still had a form of us. Like I said, they had a form of godliness, but they're not a substance of it. They don't have a substance of it, they have a form. See, Volkswagen Beetle has the same form as a Lamborghini. It doesn't have a substance, that's what they're saying. They said they have this form of godliness, our form, but not our substance. So therefore, they don't require as much energy. You know, the Bible tells you these things, but you don't understand what they're trying to tell you. I told you it's all mathematics. It says they have the form of godless, us, but they don't have the substance. They deny the substance of it. Okay? So the thing is that, say for instance, okay, like a man and a woman both have muscles, but a man is born, all men are born with a greater set of muscles, right? Potential than a female, right? Because, that's the way it is, right? So if you follow that course of logic, then there's a limited amount of muscle power that a woman can get. No matter how much she develop it, she has a limit, and a man can go past that limit. So if you put something beyond her limit of capability or strength, then she can't do it. So that rock is greater, the strength that it requires is greater than her maximum ability for strength. Then she will never be able to move it. She'll never get that treasure. She may know it's there, but she can't get it. But a man will be able to get it, that providing, right? They develop their muscles to the point where they can lift 500 pounds. They have the potential to do it. They have to invest the energy to do that. That means they have to let go of other things. You understand what I'm saying? So, and that's the angel. See, because it was put beyond the ability for Volkswagen Beetles to ever had a mental strength, right? Because the mental strength it takes to figure it out is maybe equivalent to 500 pounds strength to lift that rock. And so they can never achieve that. It's beyond their capability. No matter what they do, there's no way they could ever do it. Now the ones that can, they have to prove worthy to do it by investing energy along those lines, right? So they say, okay, they had the potential to develop 500 pounds, to lift 500 pounds, but they had to invest their energy to do that. That means they have to forsake other things. And then that's why I said Lamb was worthy to do it. He said he was capable, he said he was worthy. So he was the only one that went and invested energy to that level where he could lift that rock. And the mental power he needed to break the angel. And the fact is that you have the potential because at some point in time, you're going to get it too. It says you'll get it, but you haven't invested in it, and so therefore that's why you can't get it right now. And you got to be, a situation got to be brought about where you would take and refocus your energy and manage it, because the distraction will be gone, and then you'll get it. Hope you understand that, but I think that's the simplest way I can explain it. See, because right now, right, you can't lift that rock right now because you're investing your energy in other things. You see, you have to invest your energy in that. And then eventually you have the strength to lift that rock. So I point that out. Those are all, I feel, the things I want to talk about when I get to, let's see here. See, Daniel. Okay. The other thing is, remember, now they had sealed Bible, right? And it took them a while. They had the strength to get into it. Because remember, for 1,000 years, it took 1,000 years for them to get to the sealed Bible. Because they was in Catholicism, which is not the sealed Bible. Right? No discipline, anything. It took 1,000 years to get enough strength to get to the sealed Bible, which is like, like for instance, you got that rock. It's in a cave and treasure under it, and you got to lift that rock. It's 500 pounds, and you got it, right? But there's a door that you have to knock down to get into there. That door, you need 200 pounds. You understand? So now you have to be able to lift 200 pounds, lift up that gate or whatever, even to get in there. So the thing is, and I'm going to get distracted, brothers and sisters. See, all these things come together, and I want to get to my main point. Right? And these things, okay, let's look at it. The Islamic Empire put pressure on them. That pressure, adversity, right, caused them to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Remember, they got to keep transforming themselves to deal with that pressure. That makes them get stronger and stronger and stronger until they get to the point where they're strong as the pressure doesn't bother them anymore, or they can achieve it and they get crushed. So the rise of Islamic power put pressure on them, and they had to get stronger and stronger to deal with it, stronger until they took 1,000 years. Actually, took 500 years. Well, it took 1,000 years, right? And that pressure, they're strong enough to get into the sealed Bible. Because it was a Catholic Church. And so you don't understand it like that because you don't really understand mathematics. Just let me actually strengthen them. Because once they're cheated, the pressure of Islamic power had no, Sunni, whatever, right, that had no power over them anymore. So you don't feel, once you transform to handle that pressure, pressure doesn't bother anymore. See, it can't do anything to you anymore. So since 500 years from now, Islamic Empire has no power over them, none. Can't do anything to them for the last 500 years. But it took that pressure, Islamic Empire, power over, right? See? For 1,000 years. And they came strong enough, and then they broke out of the Catholic Church 500 years ago. First Britain, Magog, and later Gog. You understand the math of it? I wouldn't intend to go there, brothers and sisters, but I'm trying to put these things together for you to understand. So that's what that was all about. They should give thanks to the Islamic Empire, because the Islamic Empire, right, is what made them Magog and Magog. The pressure they put on them caused them to keep transforming it, deal with it. And like I said, when you do it, the thing that you put pressure on comes more and more like you, because it's trying to deal with the pressure you put on it. So it keeps transforming, it becomes more and more like yourself. And that's what happened when they came out here. They was treating women almost like the Islamic Muslims was doing it. The people that call them Muslims. And it had a lot of similarities, right? Because it was coming more and more like that. And then they got to where they could, and had no power over them anymore. But they're locked into the sealed Bible mind. They've achieved that, breaking there in the sealed Bible. So they've achieved the sealed Bible mind. Because before that, still had the Roman mind, because Catholic Church is still, a lot of it is just warmed over Roman religion, just warmed over. Idols and all that kind of stuff, right? No discipline. Anyway, the thing is that they transformed, they became, of course, they're transformed from great, and now Islamic empire has no power for them anymore. See? So they became world powers. But that's because they had power enough, right, to upload the angel mind, the sealed Bible, sealed Bible mind. So they think in terms of sealed Bible mind. And what does the sealed Bible tell them? It tells them that we're him. We're supposed to be slaves. Okay, they're going to enslave us. That's what the sealed Bible tells them. It tells them that because of what they did to Jesus, right? They're the so-called spiritual Israel now, right? And so this is the promised land. So, and they told, and the Bible says, on your way to the promised land, wipe out anything, children, animals, anything in your ways, wipe it all out. And that's what he did. See, because that's the level of thinking of sealed Bible. That's the level, because they think in terms of sealed Bible. When they went in Iraq, they went to Iraq based on sealed Bible because the preacher was telling them Iraq was Babylon. It was supposed to be taken down quickly. See? And we're supposed to be enslaved. This is a seed of Abraham. You see, I tell you that this thought is a thought war, and this whole reality is the angel mind, is the sealed Bible mind. This whole reality is sealed Bible mind is ruling the world. The sealed Bible is ruling the world. The sealed Bible mind, that's the operating system. That's what they operate based on that ideas of the sealed Bible. And so they think they're justified. They don't think they're doing anything wrong. It's a time will come they do all the evil to you if they ain't doing God's will, because they follow that guidance of the sealed Bible. That's what it tells them. The Bible tells them that Russia is Gog, and Russia's going to attack Israel. So, that's why they have to Russia. Yeah. Because that's what the Bible's telling them that. They tell them that Russia is Gog. You understand? Tell them Russia is Gog. So when you understand the motivations. Why they're doing what they're doing. Because that's the mindset. And the sealed Bible is supposed to last up 500 years. That 500 years has come to an end. Now the angel comes in. What the angel tells you, when you get that mind, what is that mind going to tell you? That mind's going to tell you that they're the devils, that they've been oppressing us, that we see Abraham, that land is ours, so forth, so on. So then we start operating on, once we get that, and we come together to see a great army, that's the mindset we're going to be operating on. And we're going to get vengeance against them for what they did to us, because that's what the sealed Bible tells you. That's the mind you're going to have. I mean, that's what angel tells you, unsealed Bible tells you. That's the mindset you have. That's the mindset I have. That's the mindset you're going to have in a minute. Because you're going to be following this unsealed Bible. See? The unsealed Bible eradicates the sealed Bible. And see, the point is, that sealed Bible will be no good for them anymore. Because the reality, the reality is not going to conform to the sealed Bible. See, for 500 years, the reality conformed to the sealed Bible. Because the sealed Bible is supposed to tell you how to deal with an event, with a reality, with a season. The scripture is supposed to tell you how to deal with a season. And so that's this season, capitalism, all that kind of thing, that was season, and it tells you how to operate in that season. But when that season goes, that stuff is no good anymore. You can't operate like in the summer like you operate in the winter. So therefore, that's going to fail in a minute because it won't work anymore. Because the season has changed. It's not the sealed Bible season anymore. So great fears won't come on them because they're going to be confused. It's not going to work. Things are not going to work anymore. Then they're going to understand what's happening. See? And the foundations of it are going to collapse. Oh, well, remember, because they're not, my mind is not working. Mind of God's not working anymore. You understand? The mind they have will stop working because the seasons change and they're going to be confused. Am I making it clear enough for you, brothers and sisters? And you're going to be confused too. But see, you can lift up that 500-pound rock. So when you focus your energy towards that, you can lift up, and then you can be unconfused. Because as long as you got an angel mind, you're going to be confused. That fear will come on you too. But now, because Master Rama destroyed all this, the fuel in this thing, then there's nothing, right? This whole thing, this reality start collapsing. So therefore, my mind ain't working. You be saying the same thing too. My mind ain't working. If I was just, my mind's not working. They're gonna say mine's not working too. Both of them are saying mine's not working. But now you're a Lamborghini, man. You can step on the gas pump, and they can't. Because now you can say, okay, mine ain't working. So your energy is going to be focused. You're going to refocus your energy, right? And then you found, hey, I got enough energy to lift that rock up. They refocus it. They never, no matter how much they refocus it, they ain't going to have energy to lift that rock up. Because, like I said, they don't have, they're Volkswagen Beetle. No matter what they do, they can't achieve what the Lamborghini does. You understand what I'm saying? That's the confusion that's come in. So both minds are going to be in fear, confused. Both. Yours and theirs. But you can come out of it, and they can't. You can lift that rock, and they can't. They can't lift the angel mind. And that's what comes into, I told you, we don't look at skin color. Because we got a lot of original people out there that's like Master Muhammad. And when they go lift, they can find, hey, I can lift this rock too. That's how you're going to know. Because everybody can lift that rock. That's the ones, that's with us. The ones that can't, they ain't. They're demons, or maybe just total fools, and they're stuck suckers world's life. They can't focus the energy, you know. You understand what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. Let me move on, brothers and sisters. But all our people right now are in the sealed Bible mind, and the sealed Bible mind is failing because the seasons change. Winter mind will not work in the spring. And so every day it's getting harder and harder to hold on to that sealed Bible mind. And Master Muhammad going to speed up the process. He's going to just cut the fuel off. Then it's going to be almost impossible to hold on to that sealed Bible mind because everything's collapsing. Oh. You understand? Okay, let's move on. I'm going to have to, let me say one more thing. You know, they keep telling what God can't do, this God can do. You know something? Anything in the biological world can do, God can do. Right? We have the whole genetic sequence, right? If you say from A to Z, we have already A to Z. But like a microbe may just have A. A fish may have A to C. I mean, A to B, A to D or something. They have subsets of it. But we had the whole thing because they all came out of us. So if they can do it, we can do it. Only problem is we discipline and say, because we turn those things off. Like I said, those genes, they have them, they're turned off. The devils know that's fact because they say, we got all these genes, but most of them don't operate. Why? Because they're turned off. And as we move back to the beginning, if you look at, you know, the universe opening and closing, we're going to start turning things back on slowly until we get all of them turned on, because we have to turn them all to withstand the full contraction of the universe, because the pressure is going to be immense, and we need all those genes turned on, every one of them. The gorilla genes, the whale genes, all of it withstand all that power, and only be one person to be able to do it, right? And we know it's only the person, right? Because we see right now, even the male, he has both sets. Even in the female and the male, he has both sets. The females don't have the male set, right? So we know the female that won't be that it would not be one of them that end up being that person. in the end. That person has to turn on the female cell genes again, and then that means that being would be all those things, have all those genes turn on. Ambidextrous, all it be, all life, that's what it says, we all, from one being, all life came. So understand that. So yeah, we can lie, we can steal, we can do all that stuff if we want to, no limit. But we don't do it, but we can because it all came out of us. If they can do it, we can do it because they came out of us. They just had those genes turned on, but we turn them off. So, because somebody said something, I don't know why I shouldn't even comment. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Like, this is very detailed, and it's very difficult, so I'm not going to try to be harmonic with it. I'm just going to cut to the chase with it, brothers and sisters. If you keep up, you can, you cannot. Because I'm getting to a point at the end. There's a point at the end of this. But I'm going to leave some background here. Okay, and down you have a statue. Now, a statue, it says gold, silver, brass, iron. And the reason why they're saying that, I'm not going into all the detail, but gold, then silver, then brass. But brass can be a fool's gold. It's the image of gold. When they say the image of gold in Daniel, they talk about the brass. Somebody say he wanted everybody to worship the image of gold. That's the brass. But that means there's a people that's pretending to be gold. That's false Israel. They pretend to be us. That's what the brass represents. The iron. That could fool silver. That silverware you have is made of iron or steel. It's not silver. But they call it silverware, don't they? See, it's fake. And then you got the toes. See, now notice, the statue has no hands. So it says at the end, this stone be cut out of the mountain without hands. So that's talking about that statue there. It has everything else, doesn't have hands. See, that's where Daniel works. That's the mountain without hands. Like stupid. Why he got the same name as Daniel, right? And all the clowns, they have no idea talking about. Oh, yeah. No, that's what's talking about that. And that's the gold, because that gold is the original king. That's Nebuchadnezzar. But you had two Nebuchadnezzars. You had Nebuchadnezzar, but pretending he was the real Nebuchadnezzar. Remember? He's a brass. And he the one who had the image of gold. He was the image of Nebuchadnezzar. He was a brass Nebuchadnezzar. He wasn't the real one. See, that's what false, stupid Pharaoh kind of, hey man, you're Nebuchadnezzar. He had no idea what to talk about. Because the real Nebuchadnezzar is going to inherit the kingdom forever. I mean, not Yahweh going to inherit the kingdom forever. He's going to be our king forever, isn't that? If that's what you're saying. You understand? Because he don't know. And you wonder about the people over there that listen to this bullshit. You wonder about them because he says he's a watchman. But then when the lions start coming over the horizon, he told them to be quiet. What kind of goddamn watchman is that? He don't know a goddamn thing. That's why he's saying that. And you wonder who's over there who's over there listening to that crap? Yeah, she said, who in the hell listening to that crap over there? He told to be quiet because he don't know anything. This time he should be talking. He don't know. So he said, oh, God told me to be quiet. Yeah, God told me to watch me. So in other words, who's supposed to tell us what's happening then? We're supposed to be in the darkness after you done made millions of dollars? You don't have no business in anything. So who you been robbing? They have become a millionaire. Elijah Muhammad wasn't a millionaire. You ain't produced a goddamn thing, so how you don't have a business? So where you getting all these millions from? The government? Or those sisters that you've been raping? Raping the Nation of Islam? Since you've been pimping? Got my doing the fundraisers and everything? So you about toilet paper, your rotten ass? You're sick, and you've been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. That they're trying to hide that. You know. See, but maybe it's you've been diagnosed with the beginning of it. Maybe it's all. I don't think so. I don't think you're going to be totally disability. What's the word? Totally out of it. because then you escape your punishment. We want you to know what the hell, where this is coming from. Anyway, this statue. And then you got the toes, the 10 toes, and 2 of them are iron and the rest of them is clay. But that represents, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's move on. I'm going to go through this quickly. So you had an eagle. Eagle had 2 wings. See? Now, those toes represent the last kingdom. So it represents all those things together, right? So the 2 toes were iron toes. Well, that's European countries. And that's what eagle represents that. So that's why it had 2 wings. That's the 2 big toes, right? And then you had the leopard that had 4 wings and 4 heads. That's the other 8 toes. You understand? So we'll talk about that in a minute. But here's the eagle. And said, and remember the gold, that represents the lion. See? But, well, okay, I'm cutting to the chase, brothers and sisters. It talks about the four creatures. First was an eagle, right? See? And it was holding on to a lion and it gave lions wing back. We're not going to go there right now. I want to talk about just the 4 beasts that came up. But they do talk about the lion with that. But the eagle had control of the lion, and the lion stood up and was giving his mind back. That's us. But the eagle represents European countries, America and Britain specifically, Gog and Magog. And then there was a bear. We're going to read that in a minute. And then come after the bear comes a leopard. Now, what's the pattern here? The first was an eagle. Had 2 wings, right? And it was attached to a cat. Wings attached to a cat, right? The cat was a lion, right? Now here you have a leopard, and it's attached to wings, too. So it's a cat attached to wings. So they're similar, right? But in between them was this bear. Was totally different. No wings, it's a bear, it's not a cat, anything. It's totally different from the, right? The eagle with the lion. I should have showed the lion with it. And the leopard, right? But it's in the middle between the 2. It's in the midst of them, right? Okay, let's go on. Okay. And now you see them all together, see? Here's the eagle with the lion. He had control of lions, but he's pluck off lions made to stand up and give it. But anyway, you see this picture of wings and a lion and a cat. But this is different. This is different. But he's in the middle of both of them. You first get this one, and you get this one, and you get this one. Keep that in mind. Okay. Let me move myself out of the way here so make sure you can see this. Oh. And back up here. I'm going to move a little fast, I think, if I'm going to get through all this. Because there's a point here somewhere, brothers and sisters. And in the end, let's see here. Might be a little better. Okay? Understand that. It's very important. And here's the bear. Right, here's the leopard, here's the eagle. Eagle has 2 wings, that represents American Britain. And the leopard has 4 wings, 4 heads. Here's authoritarian, that's China. Right, and both of them, because it's 4, right, means it's a lot. And China and India has the greatest population of a contiguous nation on the planet. And so that's why it's 4 wings. And 4 wings represent democracy, like the eagle is democracy. And so the 4 wings, so India is a democracy, while China is authoritarian. That's what it's telling you, right? Okay. Okay, let's. Okay, before I get there, I'm going to take this little segue here. For the day of the Lord is near upon the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. That's consequence. You can't See, the point is you can't escape. Trump can talk all the bullshit you want. They can talk about Jesus. They can talk about Jehovah. They can talk about Shiva. They can talk about Buddha. So all they want. You can call all you want. And you cannot escape consequences. If God forgives you, the point is you got to repent to be forgiven. I mean, you got to pay back what you. That's the forgiveness. If you stole $1,000, you pay it back. That's the forgiveness, because now you don't get a consequence. That's the forgiveness. You got to repent. That's why, in order to get forgiveness, you have to repent. That means you have to pay back what you took. So then there's forgiveness. Because forgiveness means no consequence, don't it? See, you assume that you stole something and you keep it and you're forgiven and then you keep it. That's your assumption, because your mind's twisted. See? So that's what Farrakhan is telling you. Oh, you repent. Oh, so I can go out and steal $1 million from you, and I say, okay, I'm sorry, I did it, and I keep the $1 million, and now that's okay. That's repentance, just saying, I'm sorry I did it. I won't do it anymore. No, you have to get $1 million back. That's repentance. And now it's forgiveness, because forgiveness means no consequence. It's just simple as that. But you got a whole idea about, oh, I know I keep the $1 million. Well, if that's the case, then God should stop talking about consequence and just judgment. Just get off that kick. You understand? That's what forgiveness is. You pay it back, so there's no consequence. So it's forgiveness. Consequence won't attack your ass, because there's nothing to attack you for. Okay. For as you have done, okay, I talked about that, right? But it's talking about here, I've talked about this before, so I'm going to move on. But it's talking about what's the destruction of Esau, total destruction, our half brother, right? I could talk more about that, but I want to get to my main point. Now, remember I was telling you before, I think I mentioned it yesterday, right? It says, whom I have sent, it's talking about us, into the place, into the land of Chaldeans, that's Caucasians, for our own good. It said in the scripture, so, well, how in the world you put us in the Holocaust for our own good? How is that for our own good? So you should know the answer by now. I'm not going to go into it. But see, it says for your own good. I didn't make that up. For I will set my eyes upon them for good. I'll bring them again to this land. I will build and not pull them down. I will plant them and not pluck them up. See? Now what Farrakhan says, we're going to stay here with these devils, because they ain't devils no more. They're good now because they repented. No, they haven't repented. See, America said, Babylon could have been healed because they can't repent. It's too late for them to repent anyway, because they have not repented. Well, stole $1 million, you spent the $1 million, and you can't repent because you can't pay it back. America cannot pay it back now. They're in debt and everything else. They can't pay it back. They can't get his land back. Right? I mean, they can give it back. Right? But the point is, they got to pay the debt, because if they give it back to them, then America, they have inherited the debt that America owes. So they got to pay off the debt before they give it back. I mean, you stole it. Now, you stole somebody's house. And you went and got extended mortgage on it for like $100,000. So now you got the house and you got $100,000 additional mortgage on the house. So the house was paid off when you stole it. So if you gave it back like that, then you cool. You got the house, you stole it. House $1 million. You gave it back, no consequence, you repented. But if you took the $1 million and then you went and got $100,000 extension mortgage on it, and then you get the house back, well, that mortgage, that person got to pay that mortgage, so you still owe them $100,000. So if you don't have $100,000, then you still got $100,000 worth of consequence on your ass. And America got, what, $32 trillion worth of consequence on their ass, even if they get the country back? See, they can't repent. And not only that, but like I said, they owe more than that, because all the things that stole from everybody else, that's just giving them back. Well, how are they going to pay us back? They can't. You understand? Let's move on. Then, okay, right here. I'm going to read this part. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels. They shall gather out of his kingdom. See, this is a punishment that's going to go to Ishmael, Ben-X, all these clowns that are not demons. Things that offend. Offend who? Offend him. Things that offend. Who offend him? So if you're offending me, when my time comes, right, I got something for you. How you offending me? See? You understand? I still got the, oh boy, camera issue here. I'm gonna have to move on quick. Well, I'm not anywhere near my, right? See? And what happened to it? Oh, preview. Yeah. Son of Man shall, Son of Man, and it says Son of Man has wool hair. Oh, back to this camera issue again. Has wool hair and brown skin. That's not Master Muhammad. And that's not Farrakhan either. But, you know, let them go ahead. Because they're because first of all, they call me a liar. And they with that lie over there, that's offensive. And they're offending our people. And they're supposed to be supporting the mission of the covenant. And they're not. That's offensive. And it says, when the Son of Man shows up, he coming with division and wrath. He coming, I feel sorry for you. I'm coming, brother. No, he coming that way. He coming that way for the sisters. Oh, he gonna be very open with the sisters. Very open with them. Very forgiving. It's very little that they can do to cause a problem. For me, very little. Tell people the devil in their arms, right? Don't show up with no dog. I mean, come on, sister. They're gonna burn you up for that, but don't show up with no dog, please. Right? We're gonna may spank you a little bit, but you're going home. See? Sisters going home. They almost all of them going home. Unless they're demons. Right? Because I don't hear nothing. If you bring something on, you better be some solid stuff, boy. You better bring camera, witness and everything. And it'd be so totally solid. I don't hear nothing. These sisters going home, they want to go home. Period. I don't hear nothing. Right? You brothers, right? Hey, maybe stand up. Because if you're not standing up with this, what are you doing? If you heard this, not stand up, what does that say about you? Do you guys be the devils? Okay, well, let me move on. Anyway, that's what it says right here. And then they do iniquity. It's like Ishmael, they do iniquity, lying out there, all that kind of stuff. That's just what happened to them. So cast them in the furnace into a fire. See, demons are like just casting a fire, but he's casting in a furnace, a fire. A hot furnace. So somebody throw you in the furnace, man, it's hot in there, like in a sauna, but it gets real hot. And you can't sit down because it's burning your ass. And they burn you up. Just put burns all over the place, hot, there's no water, and you're suffering, right? Slow death. Throw you in the fire, it's hot, but it burns you on up. See, it's going to torture them, right? Oh, man, he's even mean. Okay, well, you call it whatever you want to call it, right? We don't care. That's what's going to happen to you. Let's move on. We ain't playing, right? Okay. And this is talking about Esau. I'm going to get to my point and get to my stuff in a minute, right? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, thou shalt be cut off forever. See the violence he did to us. And see, most of you don't know about it. Because when the devils came in, they attacked us. They attacked our tribes. Esau attacked our tribes. And they captured, when those of us they captured, they gave to devils. Those ones that those boys, the devil didn't go out there and capture us. They did, and they sold us to them. And then also Ishmael, right? They was the guys that showed them where we were. The guys in Africa, they know how to. Remember, Ishmael was the flame. If you read in Genesis, remember there was a flame. Remember after there was a flame put around the tree to keep them from getting at it, Adam and Eve from getting at us. Read Genesis, and there was the flame. There was a flame that was to keep them, and they let them by. They come through, because they could, right? They was between us and the devils. You understand? They was supposed to protect us. They didn't. Let's move on. But thou shouldst have not have looked on thy brother in the day that they became a stranger. See, they was laughing at us and everything, but we became a stranger when they was taking us into slavery. That's when we became a stranger. That means we come over here, we became a stranger. Read it, understand it. Neither shouldst thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, while we became a stranger and being destroyed, and they was laughing about it. Look at them. They said, we got them now, man. They been getting their ass, look over there. They getting their ass kicked over there, man. Look at them, taking everything away from them, ripping them and everything else. They was rejoicing. These are our brothers, they was rejoicing. They should have spoken proudly in the day of distress, the day of our distress. They didn't come to help us. When have any Africans you know about, king or anything, spoken of us? Done anything for us? Come over here and help us, teach us, anything. How about Sunnis? They had mosques, everything over here. Did they? Remember they was in Detroit, and they had a big mosque up there. A mosque, whatever they call it, right? And that was like a black, Detroit was one of the most populous blacks in cities in America. And they never came out that mosque and said, boo, to any black person, not one. They was up there hundreds of years, at least 100 years, before Master Muhammad showed up. Yeah, go check it out. These were Sunnis. One of their biggest temples was in Detroit, their biggest mosque. They never came out and said, boo. They knew that we came over here as Muslims. They knew our situation. They never came out and said, boo. Hey, brother, man, some Islam, you want to come over to the mosque? Boo, nothing. Until Master Muhammad showed up and set up. And then they come and say, oh, well, y'all got the wrong Islam. Ooh, I almost said it. Let me go. We're going to get your ass. We're going to get your ass. Just hold on. See? Because, I need to calm myself down. I tell you, I was going to say a couple of words on that one. A couple ones start with an F. You know, we're going to get you. You understand? When it's about Amalek, they're talking about, which thing are talking about? The Amalek thing? They was talking about, the Foster was talking about they was going to do it to Gaza. That's what we're going to do to you. Going to sit on the way back. Anything gets in our way, we're going to destroy anything that gets in our way. Anything. Because you didn't give a goddamn about our children and our women. And on top of that, then you come over here and you don't want us to talk, but you open these stores in our neighborhood selling pork and porn and trying to hit on the sisters. You know, I went to the beach one time. You know, was in Florida, went to the beach, right? And they pull up on me, hey man, you know what sisters are, man? I think ain't there a new beach around here somewhere? Whoa. Look at discipline. I would sure have been in jail for murder. 1st degree. Because you see? And they're going to tell me, man, y'all Islam ain't. Well, first of all, we are Muslim, and you ain't shit. You're the jinn. We submitted, Islam means higher submission to the will of Allah. You did not. You've been opposed to them from day one. You still are, and now they're kicking your ass. You haven't had a victory in 500 years. We come back, take our land, and I hope you resist. I hope you resist. Please don't say, okay, welcome back, brother. We don't want. No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to resist. We know we had to be here, go to Holocaust. But see, you expose yourself, because we're going to go through it whether you betray us or not. But you expose who you are by doing what you did. See? Like the devils. We're going to go through Holocaust whether they did or not. The point is, the fact they did it shows who they are. I don't know if you understand that, but let me move on. Okay, here we get to our main point now. Now, I'm going to do the best I can on this, brothers and sisters. I know you're not going to be able to keep up, but if I don't talk about this before it happens, then you say, well, I was like Farrakhan, I'm a reporter. Okay, this time out Belshazzar and Belteshazzar. I'm not going into the details right here, right? But it's talking about this. It says, first like a lion, eagle's wings, I point out to you. There's four creatures. It wasn't really four, it was only three. Right? Pay close attention. Until the wings, like a lion had eagle wings, right? Until the wings are plucked off and lifted up and, was giving their mind back, right? Oh, a second beast, like a bear. It raised up on one side, he had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, 3 ribs, remember 3 ribs, and between the teeth of it, and thus it said, arise, devour much flesh. I mean, oh, this is a terrible beast. Devour much flesh. You got 3, right? And then it says a third one. And behold, I heard another like a leopard, which had a back, 4 wings of a fowl, and 4 heads. Dominion was given to it. So that's China, India. First is America, Britain, Gog and Magog, 2 wings. This one is China, India. One's authoritarian and one's democratic, and that's 4 on each one, right? Represent that they're so more populated, so much of them. But the other thing is, you got 4, that's 8, plus 2, that's the 10 toes on that statue. But what about that one in the middle there? Right? Okay, let's see if we can lock that one down. And I beheld another beast. Okay, second, I'm going to emphasize the second beast. Like a bear, and raised itself on one side, had 3 ribs in the mouth between teeth of it. Remember, this is that one in the middle. First was eagle, then the bear, right? Okay. Now, here we go. That voice. And here's like the bear, right? And then here's the fourth one. A fourth one, okay? I saw a night vision, a fourth beast. It's the fourth. Who is this fourth beast? Dreadful and terrible, strong and exceeding, had great iron teeth. Remember? The bear had teeth. And devoured and breaking the piece, stand put rest of the feet of it, right? And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. It was different. It was different. I got problems with this camera, boss. This is oh man, I tell you. Let me try another camera. I got a couple of cameras in here. Backup cameras. See if this one's better. Okay, that's a little better, I think. Okay, yeah, that's a little better. Okay. See, that fourth beast is actually the bear, because it was different. It was diverse from the other beasts before it. It had 10 horns. Remember the 10, that's the 10 toes. Right? Had feet, that means part of the foot of a statue. That's the way Daniel works. Little subtle things. So that fourth one is really the bear. But it's getting a point they're going to make here. I could see the horns, behold, they kept another little horn. Remember, I could see the horns. There was 10 horns, right? Remember, there was the eagle, and the leopard. Eight wings, 4 wings, plus eight, 4 heads is 8, plus 2 wings, that's 10. But a little horn came up. That's the bear that came amongst them. He's that little horn. Daniel, whew. I had the hardest time with Daniel, brothers and sisters. Daniel, ooh, you think the angel stuff? Ooh, boy, Daniel. Behold, there was 3, and I considered the horns came among them a little horn. That's the bear that came amongst the 10. Remember, because the 10 represented 2 eagle, the 2 wings of the eagle, 4 wings of the leopard, and 4 wings of the bear. That's 10. That's the 10 toes, right? Whom were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. See, remember the bear had 3 ribs in his mouth. That's the 3. And the eyes were like lies of men, and mouth speaking great things. That's another story. I'm not sure if I can get into all of that, right? Then I would know this truth of the 4th beast was different from the others. A seeing dragon whose teeth were like iron, whose nails are brass. Here's the iron. Here's the brass. Remember that statue of iron and brass, right? See? So what's missing? The gold and the silver, right? Now the gold, it tells you later on, the gold is the rock that destroys all this. So he must be the silver. And the silver is the African brother, Esau. Okay. Because remember, the statue, it represents the whole thing, iron and brass is here. Right? And we know the stone is gold that's going to crush all this. So he must be the silver. The bear must be the silver, Esau. Right? And 10 horns were head, other came up before it, which 3 fell, even the horns that had eyes and mouth, and spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Now, eyes and the mouth. Remember the bear had a mouth, but the eyes. See, this eyes and mouth, that's tricky, because where would the eyes and mouth be? The eyes and mouth would be on the head. But we didn't see no eyes and mouth on the head of the statue. It just says the head. So it's something there that's trying to say it's the original, but it's really it is the part of the gold, but it's not. Right? So I'm not. That's too complicated for you, brothers and sisters. Move on with that one. He said the boy's beast should be the 4th kingdom. That means another kingdom are coming. See? I told you, Esau, right? That'd be the last kingdom that's going to come after us. That's the 4th kingdom that's after this present kingdom. Now, I don't want to get into that kind of stuff because that's a little futuristic, but I'm going to use this to prove a point that's going on right now. Oh, here we go. Always something. Now my camera just goes crazy. Now it works sometimes, it don't work, I don't know. And it shall devour the whole earth. When as European comes and tread down and break into pieces, 10 horns out of his kingdom, 10 kings shall rise, another kings will rise after them. Right? So remember, 10 kings are the 10 horns. That's the kingdom that's going right now. I'm telling you. That's the kingdom that's going on right now. Right? That's the toes. That's the king right here. But it says another king should rise up after them. Right? Because he plucked up 3 by the roots, and you'll understand what's 3 in a minute. I don't know this camera, but I'm just cut my image off because I tell you, they're in here and it always causes all kinds of problems. Also, not cameras. I got all these cameras on this. And shall reverse them first and shall subdue 3 kings. Remember that 3 again. Okay, let's move on. Oh, yeah, okay. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. That's this bear. That's Esau. After he takes down this kingdom. And shall wear out the saints in the Most High and speak to change times and laws, and they shall give his hands a time, the beginning of time. But the judge shall set and shall take away his dominion and consume and destroy it until the end. Remember, Esau will be totally destroyed. and the kingdom and dominion and the grace of the kingdom under the whole heaven to be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. And the saints is an NOI, basically, right? So they're going to inherit the kingdom forever, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and dominion shall serve them and obey him. And here's in the matter, Daniel, my cogitation much troubled me, and my countenance changes in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. So he said he has some confused about it. Okay, let's get to this. And it's going to get a little closer to what I'm talking about. Then I lifted my eyes, and I saw, behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had two horns. Two horns. Remember, I keep two horns. Remember, this bear struck up 3 horns by the root. That's 2 horns right there by a river. We had 2 horns, and 2 horns were high. One was higher than the other, and the higher one can't last. Now that represents, okay, let's, and ram's pushing westward, northward, and southward. So if he's pushing westward, that means he's coming from the east. Right? See? He's coming from the east. Not from Africa, not from Russia, from Europe, but he's coming from the east because he's not, right? He's coming from the east, but he's pushing northward and southward. Right? So why he's pushing north and southward? What does that mean? Right? He's pushing north and southward. That means that's aspects of him. He's pushing, right? So he's coming from the east, that means he's coming here to America. It's European, this ram. That's Gog and Magog, America, Britain. And they're pushing this way. But there's aspects of them, the Europeans, that's moving southward and westward. Southward and northward. Keep that in mind. So that no beast might stand for it, neither was there any that could live out his hand, until according to his will became great. So there's 3 aspects of this. It's the one that's moving, right? He's pushing westward, so he's moved from the east. But also it's north, south. So there's 2 aspects of north and south. Keep that in mind, north and south. So the aspects of this kingdom, Europeans, they're south-orientated and north-orientated. Keep that in mind, right? And like it's 2 horns. That was American Britain. Britain was Magog. But remember, the greatest one can't last. So the first one, right? The last one, first came, it was only 2 world empires. Remember, this is the world empires they're talking about here. There's only been 2 world empires in modern history anyone knows about. In fact, no one knows any other world empires ever before Britain and America. No one knows, you can't tell me one. Rome wasn't one. No other, there was none. No other world empires before Rome and Britain. Before America and Britain. So that means it's got to be talking about, those ones got to be America and Britain. They're 2 world empires. And America was the greatest one because it came after the British Empire came out of it. You can't get away from that, brothers and sisters. Now show me other world empires. This is a world empire here. 2 of them. Now tell me, there's been no Chinese world empire. There's been no African world empire that you know about. Only America and Britain. Sun never exists on the British Empire. That should be easy call right there. So that's ram. The 2 horns represent American Britain, and a greater horn can't last. That means America, right? But you got 2 aspects that's moving north and south, right? Right? Okay, we're going to get to that in a minute. And I was, behold, a goat coming from the west. So if you look at a map, you got this hemisphere, right? So if you say this is America and that the ram is coming here, it's coming across the Atlantic Ocean because it's coming from the east to the west, right? But the goat is coming from the west to the east, and its feet not touching the land. It means coming across the Pacific Ocean. So America must be the target for both of them. One is coming from came from the west, come east, feet don't touch land, that means it's coming across the ocean. And one is coming from the east to to the west. And they meet in between. They're going to meet at America. That's the goat. And from the west, on the face of the whole earth, the whole earth this time, remember, they didn't know about the whole earth before they came out of the Dark Ages, right? For America's so-called Christopher Columbus 500 years ago. And touching that ground, the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. Okay, the ram had 2 horns, and the goat has 1 horn. That's 3 horns there. Right? And remember the leopard? See, the leopard is the goat. That horn represents the leopard. See? And the ram represents the leopard head, that represents the leopard, and the leopard had the 4 wings, right? And because leopard represents China, India. I just told you that. Brown with yellow spots. Again, that don't get you the brown. Yet brown with yellow spots should get you China, India, brown and yellow. Leopard. That's the goat. That's the horn. And the other ram, that's 2 horns, American Britain. And they come, says, and a goat come to his eyes, that's the one. It came to the ram, they had 2 horns, but they had been seen for the river and ran in fury. In other words, it was very angry with the ram. And I saw it come close until the ram was moved with shoulder. China is getting very angry with America. And they attack them. Attack America. And just break them. Ram is, it was, and smote the ram and broke his 2 horns. There was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he cast it down to the ground and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. That means China's coming. It's on the way here. A few things had to happen first, but they're on the way here. That's about right there. And the ram will be taken down. See, because they're starting to fear China. But India will be alongside them. And therefore, the goat waxed great, and when he was strong, a great horn was broken, and it came up 4 notable horn ones towards the 4 winds of heaven. And out of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceedingly great towards the south, north, east, and towards a pleasant land. Now, what does that mean there? It says a little horn. But remember, the little horn is the bear. It says the bear will be with them. That's what it's telling you. See? It tells you that also in chapter 17. It says that beast that has 7 heads and 10 horns, but no crowns, that's also Africa. It says they will be alongside the other beasts, so they will be with them when they attack America. It'll be China, India, and non-Islamic Africa will be allied with them when they come here and take down America. The bear will be with them. The bear represents non-Islamic Africa. See? Represents Belshazzar. We represent Belteshazzar. That gets into that thing about tickle. Keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. I'm hoping I probably lost you by now. Right? So that's that little horn that comes out. Says that's because he was with them. Right? And says, and out of him came a little horn which was exceedingly great towards north and east and towards the pleasant land. Okay, that means it's heading towards south, means it's coming from the north, right? Towards the east, that means it's coming from the west, northwest. Where's northwest from there? Right? Is North America from the Middle East northwest? Isn't it? It says it's going to originate from here. That's Obama. See? He's going to be with them. I told the Africans, they're going, part of the thing is when they attack, he's going to be leading them here. And then they're going to join on with the goat. When the goat leaves, after they destroy America, they help. They're going to attack America. See, okay, I'll put it another way. When this happens, I shouldn't say this. Remember I said mischief? I think I can say something. The reason I'm saying now, because we're so close, there's nothing they can do about it. Remember I said they got mischief? I said, stuff, they ain't going to see it coming. And people are plotting against them, they ain't going to know it. because the Africans right here already plotting against America. They start saying, "Oh man, these immigrations coming." They say finding plots, people's right plotting and stuff. Everybody says that's what's going on, and Obama's behind it. So that's why they're going to attack us and the devils when the hell breaks loose, because they're expecting their reinforcements to come over China, India, because they're working with them. They're already talking about Obama's communists. They come with them. And so they're going to be here already attacking when the go comes. And then they join with them. You understand? This is a lot more. It took me a long time to reveal that one. But we're so close, there's nothing they can do about it. But Obama's working with them. And that's why he's going to attack us and them. As far as Johnny's concerned, we all Americans. Get rid of all of us. You understand? That's why it says he's come from Northwest. He's coming out here. That's where he's at. Where the bear is right now. The leader of it. It's also called a god, but that's another story. Whew. This Daniel's, I tell you, Daniel boy, that's where he is. So he's going to lay the ground. He's going to soften up. He's already been on an attack. Aside from the demons and everything else. And so they can fight with them when the goat arrives. You understand? Okay, I'm not going to get into this about this, but I'm going to get to my main point here. Okay, I don't know about this camera, man. It just changed back and forth on its own. I have no idea. I got several cameras and there's, okay. This is the point I was get to. I'm going to just cut to the chase, brothers and sisters. We're talking about the king of the north, king of the south. So let me just back up here. Remember, I said the Rams pushing westward, northward, and southward. Right? Okay. So who's the king of the south? There's a north and a south here. This is the direction he's going. He's moving to west, but there's also an aspect of north and south. Okay? So what it's saying is that, remember, they're European countries. So you got European, but one's orientated northwards and one orientated southward. So they're two opposing, right? Remember the iron? Remember the Shia? Iran is Match Muhammad's rod of iron? That's what we're talking about. See, because one, they're both European, but one is maternal and one's maternal. So the maternal, right, that's Iran because they, on their maternal side, on their maternal side, they're Caucasian, but they're really original. But the other ones, they're devils through and through. That's what it's saying. That's king of south, king of north. So when you understand that, it says at the end, the king of the south will attack the king of the north. And that's when hell break loose. So it's not saying that false Israel's going to do it. It says America's going to do it. It's going to attack Iran. And that's when Iran, okay. So, and we're going to find a few more days, bro. So I'll just cut to the chase on that one. Let me see if I can show that. I was talking about he had a mouth, right? That's talking about Farrakhan. that same horn made war with the saints, but he was the mouth of the bear. That's Farrakhan. Remember Farrakhan was telling you to vote for Obama. He's Messiah. You know? Why was he saying he was the Messiah? How could Farrakhan say Obama was the Messiah when he's supposed to be representing Elijah and Master Muhammad? Remember the originator? He was actually saying he was Messiah. And said that same horn, right, the mouth part of it, would make war with the saints for 42 years and overcome them. And that's exactly what Farrakhan has done. Remember, he was with Obama. Right? Okay, I got much more, but I'm going to move on, brothers and sisters. The goat and the ram. See, here, now if you look at this map, here's America. Now, only way you can make sense of that thing about, if you say it came across an ocean, if it came from, right, from the west, and feet and touch land, either it came from China, because China and has they don't have a land between them and the sea. Oh, hold on, brothers. They don't have any land, so if they don't need to touch land, they can get right on the ocean. They don't have to go to another country to get onto the ocean. You understand? So the thing is that see China, see India, the coastline's right. They go right to the ocean. Don't have to go through land. China neither China. But if you say it came down to this land, you see either come across the Pacific Ocean or it came across the Atlantic Ocean. If it came across the Atlantic Ocean, you have to say it has to be America. Right? So if it goes to America, right, then that means they're going to attack Europe. Then you got to have somebody that's attacking from the other side. Right? See, you have to have a ram. So if they're the goat, then who's the ram? The ram has to come across the Atlantic Ocean or something. You see what I'm saying? Only way it makes sense is if you have it like this. If it says the goat is China, it's coming across the Pacific Ocean, feet not touching land, and the ram came to America. That's where the battle took place right here. If the battle took place in Europe, that means America has to be the goat. You see what I'm saying? So the only way it can be is it has to be this way. So that means the ram, the goat, has to be China. And see the bear right there? The bear, you hardly see him, but he's with them. And that represents China, right? And India. They're going to attack the ram and take the ram down. That's the 10 horns in the book of Angel, where it says they're going to hate the harlot, eat her flesh, and burn out with fire. See? So when I was talking about the North King of South, that represents America. That's the King of South. Right? See? Because it's come from the ram, and that's iron. So false Israel will be brass. And one's soft orientated, and one's, because remember the ram was coming, but it had two aspects to it, north, and both of them are European. That's America, right? And that's what Angel defines Shia as being part of Europe, Europeans. But on their maternal side, the original, but they're on the paternal side, they Europeans, right? And so they're going to clash. And to get more detail about that is that they're going to be remember the bear had those 3 ribs, right? He said devour much flesh between his teeth, iron teeth, right? So what it's telling you there is that they're part of, they said we'll kill him, said devour him with much flesh, right? So what I'm saying is that remember, they're going to take down America, China. They're going to take down false Israel. They're going to take down UK, right? But part of taking down is, right, is you know what I'm saying? It's right. Yeah, the bear. Part of taking down of first they're going to take the ram down, but part of taking down, right, is the shear's going to do it because they have iron teeth. Remember? And they got the ribs in their mouth. So that's part of it. So they the first take the bite out. Remember, they break the power. And then the goat finishes off. And then the goat, once the goat finishes off, but the bear's with the goat. Right? And then it says, after that happens, the ram is gone. Then you got the goat and the bear. And then the bear and the goat separate, and the bear attacks the goat. Because remember, it says it took down 3 horns. So that means it takes down the 2 horns of the ram and the hammer on the goat. So it takes down all 3. And it becomes that 4th kingdom, that powerful kingdom. I keep telling you about when the goat, when Esau, the bear, is interested. See, the Bible tells you the bear is Russia. So they think Russia's going to do all this stuff. See how they thinking? That's why I said, why do you hate Russia so much? So that would be the kingdom. That's their final kingdom, right? The 4th kingdom, right? But the bear's going to rule it. The ram will be broken, and they have to take control of Asian and Oriental armies because defeated them. And then they come and attack us. That's the final battle. So my point to get here is that it's telling you, right, that that's what's about to happen. Trump is about to attack Iran. That's what it's telling you there. It's about to attack Iran. See? And there's some rationale to that because they claim that they cannot, and his voice was, we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And Iran, at this point in time, knows it has to have one. Because they know they're coming after them. And they're only days away. They may already have one. Some people think they have one already. But they're that far away from it. And they know they're that far away from it. Whether they have one or not, they know they can have one in a very short period of time. And plus they got ballistic missiles. So, Trump has no choice. He has no choice. He's got to attack. Unless he can make a peace deal, and he said he can't do that. But he had no choice. Because Iran's not backing down, and they're not going to buy any bullshit, and not going to do any deal with Trump, because you know what Trump did with the last deal. You see what's going on here? So they backed himself in the corner, because Obama had made a deal with him, right? And he got it. So how are you going to they're not going to trust him, and they know if they attack, they know what's going to happen. And so they know they need nuclear weapons. They have no choice. Now, just because they don't broadcast they have one, that's a whole different story. But they're that close. And why would watch Trump pretend that, we ain't gonna do nothing? Because he knows he's gonna try to do a secret sneak attack. But he knows he has to disable it. Anyway, he's gonna do it. That's what it says. That's the king of the South. And when they attack, Iran's going to come after him, and that's going to be the end of it. As a whirlwind, Trump is going to inherit a shitstorm. He's talking this stuff, he's going to inherit a shitstorm. So I think it's time I can reveal that now, what I just revealed, a few other things I did, right? So that's how you know who the king of North, king of South is. That's Daniel. Daniel. So I hope you probably don't understand. But the problem thing is, when you do understand, I told you before. So they probably plan the attack right now. You see, because from their point of view, they have no choice. Because Iran gets nuclear weapons, they know it's all over. And they may already have them. If they have them, it's more urgent. They can't let them, they have to decapitate them. And Iran knows they need them at this point because they're dealing with crazy folks. And they ain't crazy over there. Remember, they invented chess. They're like Saddam Hussein. I'm going to kick your ass. And then Saddam Hussein, let him come and bring stuff around his house, put bombs around his house and everything else. He don't do nothing. And then when they blow his house, what would happen? No, when they ain't. And they see it closing in. They know what that Syria means. That's part of the plan. Because before, Syria was like a warning, right? Because they already warned all the Arab countries, do not let false Israel or America fly over you towards us, or we'll get you too. And so they could detect them coming. But now Syria's gone, they can go. Now, there's no early warning there. All they got is Iraq now, and they have control of Iraq. So they can go right on there, undetected. No troops and everything else. Iran's not stupid. So you understand what all this stuff means. So it's going to happen very soon. And that's what it says. It says the king of South will attack, and then they're going to come back at him like a whirlwind. So that's what that means. That's where the ram says north, south. That's where the king of north, south come from. Understand? I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Well, you know, I already explained our enemies, right? Esau and Ishmael. Our brothers. Whole brother Esau, two half brothers on the maternal and paternal side. Maternal side, that's Esau, Ishmael. Maternal side, demons, Farrakhan. All after us, hate us. Farrakhan in the back trying to keep us deceived while he stabs in the back. And he's with Obama. He's also with the Sunnis. Hey. Yeah, he's trying to, hey, but he's our friend. Get rid of one at a time. Then you figure out which was the right way. Come on home. You're protected. You will be protected. I'm leaving there, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. Assalamu alaikum.